Welcome back. Well, it's May. There's the odd patch of sunshine breaking through the clouds, and the rain is not quite as heavy as usual, so it must mean summer's finally here. And it's the season for fun and frolics as festivals and events get underway across the city. One of the most eagerly anticipated of these is the Southside Fringe, which kicks off next week, and its organiser Crawford Smith joins me in the studio now. Welcome to STV Glasgow. Hi. Crawford. Now, there's a bit of a backstory about how the Southside Fringe came into being, and it all starts about 10 years ago. Can you fill me in? For myself, personally, it starts 10 years ago, yeah. I started putting on some shows, some live music events, just because nobody else was. You know, there was a space, a gap in the market. I was kind of sick of cycling home from the West End in the rain. Right. So 2005, I started the Southside Sessions. And for me, that's where my journey started. But the Fringe itself started 3 years ago. Myself and Karina Curry kick-started it. And the Fringe family has just grown and grown. You know, we've got a lot of volunteers now. And so you're a bit of a one-man crusade with some helpers along the way. Well, on the music side of things, yeah. If it wasn't for Karina, it would just be a music festival. But Karina managed to guide a lot of the organisation of it, and then bring in all the cabaret and theatre and poetry and, you know, storytelling and kids events. And so yeah, lots of different things. It's a real team effort. Every year you seem to be building more and more different types of events into it, aren't you? Yeah, it's an organic approach. We want to let people create their own events, and you know, we want the community to really chip in, you know, and to feel part of it. Yeah. So, I mean, how do you go about starting something like this in the first place? I really don't know. It's just it just kind of snowballed from an idea. A lot of creative people in the area were having the same kind of thoughts, and we got round the table, and I think when we realised that it was a lot of work and there would be no money involved, a lot of people kind of ducked out, and it ended up just myself and Karina, and we just charged on, you know, pulling in favours and just trying to charm people to support us. And how does the music scene now compare to what it was like 10 years ago? Well, there really wasn't a scene. I'm really quite proud to be part of that. That there is a scene now. We've got so many venues now that are putting on not just music. Like I said, there's lots of other events going on, but there's a real buzz now. You know, it's exciting. Great. Well, Crawford, we're going to hear more from you just shortly, but first we sent our reporter Amy Irons out to Shawlands to get a taste of what's to come. More than 170 events across 40 different venues. This year's Southside Fringe Festival promises to be bigger and better than ever before. Now, in its third year, the event kicks off on the 8th of May and promises to showcase the best music, drink, food and culture that Glasgow has to offer. I just think we've got to a point where people are starting to recognise what we're doing. This year there's been a lot of great feedback, like you know, people in the coffee shops, when we leave a stack of programmes, they're gone a few days later. And they're talking about how folks are coming in with their diaries and comparing notes, and right, we'll see that and we'll see this. You know, there's a real buzz this year. The Glad Cafe on Pollokshaws Road is one of the venues which will be at the centre of the action. And one guy gearing up for the bright lights in here is Andrew Nichol. Let's go and meet him.
I got involved with Southside Fringe a couple of years ago, first time round, and it's brilliant to play. There's lots of different styles of music, lots of different venues. You could be coming to a purpose-built venue like this to see a full-on gig, or you could be in a coffee house having your breakfast and someone's playing a show. It's brilliant. And I lost myself in the mirror, lost myself in the fight, and I'm going down. I think the Southside has a nice little collective going on, and the thing I noticed about moving to the Southside and the music scene is that everyone's got your back and everyone's really, you know, keen to promote you and will come to your gigs and will really support you, and that's and for a musician that's obviously massive. Well, heading back south to the land of the pines, coming my way into North Carolina. I'm staring at the road and I pray to God I see headlights.
You
you can turn up and there's lots of things happening all the time right in front of you, which is just wonderful. I think that's probably for us is what is so great to be involved in a show that's so accessible and gives new acts a chance to play. We've played in lots of big festivals and we've had to work very, very hard to be on those stages. But the Southside Fringe is an opportunity to give local artists a chance to show what they're doing without having to have really established themselves first.
So we saw a flavour of what's to come there. What are some of the other highlights to look forward to?
We've got some really interesting things this year. The launch party is probably going to be the biggest thing, and the grand finale obviously at the end. Launch party at the Rum Shack. They normally have a reggae night on a Friday, and so they've got a really big act called Lady Lex headlining. But we've also added in, we're going to start earlier and add in a few kind of fringe favourites. So that's quite a hit. But the first time we're going to have a Southside Fringe Ceilidh this year, along at Lock's Bar and Kitchen, which is one of the new venues. We've got our first hip hop event as well.
Right.
We've got a play from Kate Tempest as well called Wasted at the Governor Hill Baths. God, the list just goes on and on. It's kind of hard to round them all off, you know.
And you've added in a few new venues this year as well.
Yep. We've now got a Butterfly and Pig in the south side, and the Rum Shack's a new venue, and Lock's Bar and Kitchen, probably the three that will be doing the most out of the new venues. But there's a couple of new cafes as well.
And how important are community-based festivals like this, both for the performers and for the people that come along?
I think it's all important. I mean, to have a big brand or to have the council pretending to be a community festival, you know, that's not really a festival. It's people getting together, you know, to hook up local acts with local venues and to be in the local press before you go to the big names, to keep it all local and to give up-and-coming acts a chance, you know. It's everything. For me, that's everything. You know.
And so if people want to come along and to get involved, how do they do that? How do
well,
they
you can find
more?
all the information from the website. We've got programmes all over the city as well, but the website is southsidefringe.org.uk. And obviously we're on all the social media as well. Easy to find, just search for Southside Fringe Glasgow.
Okay. And when does it start then?
It's on Friday the 8th of May. And the launch night is at the Rum Shack. That's from 7:30 onwards.
Fantastic. And are you going to be playing yourself? Are you going to be performing?
Yeah, I'm doing a couple of gigs myself. I'm kind of the backup guy if somebody cancels.
Right, okay.
If anyone has to change. But I've got a band called Howlin' Radio. It's my party band. And we're playing on the 9th at the Clockwork. And we're playing on the 22nd at Sweeney's in the Park.
Fantastic. Crawford, thanks so much and best of luck with it all.
Cheers.
That's it for now from all of us here in the STV Glasgow News team. Do enjoy the rest of your evening. Bye for now.